From a high level view, especially if I think about an SAP-centric organization, typically there's like three main moving parts to an entire digital transformation, right? You've got your ERP, which is kind of the pulse of your organization, right? And you might be on ECC today, or on S4 or Central Finance, or even on a non-SAP ERP. But that's kind of the foundation, right? And in the middle layer there, you have different software out there that's typically known as EPM or CPM products, right? Really geared to the office of the CFO to help automate financial processes. And on the top, of course, you've got your analytics layer, very common with SAC, for instance, in SAP-centric organizations. So if that's the context of what we're discussing when it comes to digital transformations on this particular session, just want to spend maybe a couple seconds on some of the trends that we've noticed that are driving an increase in adoption and increase in propensity to accelerate these digital transformations. And right away on the left-hand side, you can see that there's a massive focus on data analytics, right? And data analytics, of course, can represent enhanced visualization capabilities. So think about storytelling with graphical interfaces instead of maybe just reporting on the numbers. But I think what goes also into the data analytics is taking advantage of, more modern technology, especially things like AI, generative AI, natural language processing, et cetera. So there comes with that a greater need for customization with different vendors out there in the cloud, right? With easy access. But these are some of the things that some of the trends that at least I talk to different organizations on a daily basis. These are some of the different, I would say, initiatives or goals that are oftentimes top of mind for finance organizations and functions, right? And it really starts first with those changing expectations for the CFO. So this has been a trend that's been going on for a while, but really the CFO and that entire function is really gearing to be more of a business partner to the organization, ultimately with this goal of helping drive and deliver more insights to make better strategic decisions. And what goes hand in hand with that is oftentimes leveraging new technologies, right? New software, new functionality, and even extend that to be a little bit more pragmatic, right? And what I mean by that is not just incorporating new functionality or new technology or leverage way more data, but to also make some sense of that data. And I think that starts first with that middle tier there, which is all around connecting your different planning and forecasts across the organization. And how do we roll that up into a strategic corporate view? And hand in hand with that, of course, more on the financial close and consolidation side is an increasing scope of different demands and expectations for a real augmented approach to financial consolidation. So we've seen a big trend that consolidation is no longer absorbing the trial balance and running a few eliminations and reporting on the data. Right? There's many activities before that with things like account reconciliation or other regulatory type activities, and certainly on the back end of a consolidation process, different types of reporting frameworks could be related to ESG, could be more narrative information, could be even more storytelling, right? And how do we then pump that right back into the forecasting process? So we're definitely seeing different functions and the silos that they used to operate in have those barriers kind of broken down. And on the right-hand side, you also see tax kind of sneaking into the equation as well, right? With regulations like global minimum tax, for instance, being more and more intricately related to the financial close process.
So it really, I think, helps to paint a picture of when it comes to SAP analytics, where we are today and where things are headed. And I think if you look at this word cloud here, this is really what we know as the SAP Classic Analytics ecosystem. Those that are working in the SAP ecosystem today will recognize a lot of these tools such as BPC, SAC, group reporting, BW, etc. This represents the classic SAP Analytics ecosystem. And our goal today, I think, is to help you perhaps look at this ecosystem a little bit differently. And so looking forward, this is what we consider the SAP augmented analytics ecosystem with CCH Tagetik. And it's really the same as the classic model, except we added CCH Tagetik to the mix. And what this does is this achieves unified CPM. And that's a key term I think we need to focus on. Unified being planning, consolidation, and advanced analytics all within a single tool. Notice this model does not replace the SAP Classic model, but it supplements it, hence the name Augmented Analytics. With the deprecation of BPC, the idea of unified CPM in SAP ecosystem was sidelined to a certain degree. However, by adding Tagetik back in the mix here, the prospect of unified CPM is now back on the table.
To me, the key there is, CCH Tagetik is not looking to change the entire paradigm, right? It's more complementary to, what should be an SAP-centric IT strategy, right? And especially when we talk about SAP BPC, which we know, has various ends of life, that conversation about going non-SAP, right? If you're thinking about replacing BPC, there might be some other options that don't necessarily require you to get out of that SAP first IT approach.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because we have a lot of customers that maybe have invested in, say, SAC for some analytics, for some of the rich visualization capabilities. And what I invite our customers to think about is, you don't have, that's not a throwaway investment, because CCH Tagetik is augmenting the current SAP ecosystem. You can still leverage your SAC investment and also, by the way, blend CCH Tagetik for an overall analytics solution. So I think that's very attractive to SAP customers.
To watch the full Accelerate Finance Transformation with CCH Tagetik, powered by SAP webinar, simply scan the QR code or visit bit.ly/CCH Tagetik-SAP.